Definition of Human Resource Management. Definition. Human resource management is a modern approach of maintaining people at workplace which focuses on development, utilization, and maintenance of human resource. Human resource management is development-oriented. It is concerned of managers of all levels and provides space for employee involvement, performance, and growth. The importance of human resource management. To maintain quality of work life, it is the relationship between employees and total work environment. Quality of work life is concerned with the employee's perception of physical as well as psychological well-being at workplace, and it can be obtained by maintaining work autonomy, work freedom, job recognition, and rewards. To increase productivity and profit, human resource management ensures right quality and quantity of personnel in workplace. It creates opportunity to facilitate and motivate individual and group of employees to grow and advance their career. Motivated employees work hard to meet their personal career goal, which directly influence productivity of organization. Minimizing costs and maximizing profit is the essence of productivity. To produce employees who are easily adaptable to change, human resource management performs various functions, among which training and development of employees is one of the vital ones. Training and development programs keep employees updated with skills necessary to adjust with alteration of organization's environment, structure, and technology. To create a feeling of belongingness and team spirit in the employee. Human resource management designs jobs on the basis of teamwork. As teamwork demands contribution from every team member, human resource management focuses on making each and every employee feel valued so that employee contributes best from their side. To resolve conflicts. In any company, either big or small, conflicts may arise between any parties or group. Conflicts are inevitable and they should not be ignored. Human resource management acts as a consultant to sort out such conflict timely and conduct other organizational activities smoothly. 4 main objectives of human resource management: defining organizational structure and driving productivity. Hiring the right talent for the task is only a small part of the challenge. It's the job of HR to recognize the optimal structures that need to be in place for a wide range of work environments. Once an organization has captured the talent, it then needs organizational structures and practice in place to nurture staff skills and maximize the return of investment in human capital. Building coordination between organizational departments. Human resource management is responsible for coordination and functionality within and between different departments. The resources are organized to achieve business objectives. This includes refining the condition for successful outcome by making appropriate decisions about human resource planning, recruitment, evaluation, rewards, training, and improvement that are reliable and sustain the business strategy. Offering employee satisfaction. It should be ensured that there is an environment of respect among people in the organization and individual needs are catered to. The HR strategies, policies, and ideas for individual improvement must be cohesive with the organization's strategic goals. Keeping up with the society and ethical models. It must be responsibility of human resource management to ensure that legal, ethical, and social environmental issues are suitably dealt with. It must make sure that the human resources are efficiently and compliantly coped with and their requirements are recognized and fulfilled. Human resource management environment. The first one is internal environment. There are unions and organizational culture and conflict. The second one is external environment. There are economic and political environment. Human resource management functions: planning, organizing, directing, and controlling.
Job analysis. What is job analysis? Job analysis is a process used to collect information about the duties, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcomes, and work environment of a particular job. You need as much data as possible to put together a job description, which is the frequent output result of the job analysis. The main purposes of conducting a job analysis process is to use this particular information to create a right fit between job and employee, to assess the performance of an employee, to determine the worth of a particular task, and to analyze training and development needs of an employee delivering that specific job. There are various methods of job analysis as follows: observation method, interview method, daily method, technical conference method, functional job analysis, questionnaire method, job inventories or checklists, job performance method. Here are some benefits of job analysis. Job analysis data helps in preparing the organization chart and the organizational structure. Job analysis data provides the qualitative aspects of the jobs in an organization. Job analysis helps in hiring future human resources of an organization. Differences between job description and job specification. The first is content. Job description usually lists out the job title, location, job summary, working environment, duties to be performed on the job. Job specification lists out the qualifications, experience, training, skills, emotional attributes, mental capabilities of an individual to perform the job. The second, measures. Job description measures the tasks and responsibilities attached to the job. Job specification measures the capabilities that the job holder must possess to perform the job. The third, usefulness. Job description offers sample information about the job, which helps the management in evaluating job performance and defining the training needs of an employee. Job specification helps the candidates who are applying for a job to analyze whether they are eligible for a particular job or not. Lastly, benefit. Job description statement helps the organization to be clear about who should do what. Job specification statement helps the management to take decisions regarding promotion, bonus, internal transfers, and salary increase.
Human resource planning. What is human resource planning? Human resource planning means systematically estimating the demand or needs and supply of the organization's workforce in the future. So, why there should be human resource planning? Because planning helps to reduce uncertainty in the future and therefore enables decision makers to use their limited resources most efficiently and effectively. With human resource management, a company gets a lot of benefits. Improve the use of the human resource, integrate personal activities and organizational goals in the future efficiently, economically procure new employees, assist personal activities and other organizational units. Then, how to do human resource planning? First, we must understand the planning of human resources related to human resource demand, quality and quantity demand, supply of human resources from anywhere the human resources are obtained, internal or external. Planning system includes estimating employee demand and supply and for interrelated activities. Human resource demand, the demand or needs of an organization, human resource in the future to be in charge, or the center of staffing planning activities. Almost all companies must take prediction of employee needs, at least informal, in the future, and among them must analyze the causes of arising and forecasting human resource requests. Now, what are the causes of human resource demand and human resource forecasting techniques? Causes of human resource demand: external environment, economy, social politics law, technology, competition. Organizational, strategic plans, budget forecast, forecast sales and production, organizational design and work, expansion of business, employee inventories, retirement, application for termination, and death. Forecasting techniques for estimating human resource needs in the future. Expert, Delphi techniques, formal expert survey, informal and immediate decisions. Trend analysis, statistic analysis, productivity ratio, standard, extrapolation, indexation. Other, budget analysis and planning, new business analysis, workload analysis, normative approach. Human resource supply, internal. Estimated internal supply is more than just counting the number of existing employees, but also auditing to evaluate the capabilities of its employees. External. Not every vacancy can be filled with current employee inventory. Manpower needs must be met. An external source of supply can be obtained by analyzing the labor markets. Human resource planning system. The human resource planning system basically includes estimating employee demand and supply. This system consists of 4 activities that are often related and integrated: inventory of human resource forecast, preparation of human resource plan, monitoring and evaluation.
Recruitment. Definition of recruitment. Recruitment is the process of finding and hiring the best and most qualified candidate for a job opening in a timely and cost-effective manner. It can also be defined to employee recruiting, means that finding and or attracting applicants to open positions for employers. Alternative actions beside recruitment. Recruitment is a process that requires a lot of cost, time, and energy. So before deciding to carry out recruitment, it is necessary to consider various other alternative actions as follows. The first is outsourcing, contingent workers, professional employer organization, and overtime. Source and method of internal and external recruitment. Recruitment sources are places where qualified candidates are located, such as universities and consulting companies, while recruitment methods are specific ways that are used to attract potential employees into the company, such as online recruitment. First is internal. According to Schuller and Jackson's 2006, the source is promotions, transfer, rehire. The methods is job posting and talent inventory. External. The source is, according to Monty 2008, is high schools and vocational schools, colleges and universities, competitors in the labor market, former employee, unemployment, and entrepreneur. The methods, according to Werder and Davis 1996, Schuller and Jackson 2006, is applicant who come, walk-ins, and letter of application that comes in, or write-ins, employee recommendation, advertisement, employment agency or recruitment service company, educational institution, professional association or labor organization, open house or job fair, internet, mergers and acquisition, and the last is international recruitment. Online recruitment method. There are internet recruiter, a person whose main job is to carry out a recruitment process through the internet, also known as a cyber recruiter. Virtual job fair, an online recruitment method used by one employer or a group of employers to attract a large number of applicants. Corporate career websites that can be accessed from the company homepage that display a list of available positions in the company and facilitates applicants to apply for jobs in certain positions. And then there's our web blogs and general employment website. Recruitment obstacles and challenges. There are strategic plan and human resources, recruitment habits, environmental condition, job requirement, cost, incentive, and the last is organizational policy. Selection definition. Employee selection is the process of interviewing and evaluating the candidates for a specific job and selecting an individual for employment based on certain criteria, qualifications, skills, and experience. Selection is much more than just choosing the best available persons. Selecting the appropriate set of knowledge, skills, and abilities which come packaged in a human being is an attempt to get a fit between what the applicant can and wants to do and what the organization needs. Environmental factors that influence the selections process. The first is law or regulations, speed of decision making, organizational hierarchy, number of applicants or labor market, type of organizations such as private, government, non-profit organization, and last is probational period. Selections process. According to Maldonado, in her book explaining the stages of selection and the instruments used according to Revai, this process is different in each company, but generally includes evaluation of requirements or administrative tests, interviews, and physical exams, which consist of letter of recommendation, format or form application, ability test, academic potential test or TPA, personality test, psychology test, and interview. Standard selections method. There are reliable, validity, generalizability, utility, and legality. Types of job tests. There are cognitive ability tests, motor and physical ability tests, measuring personality and interest, achievement tests, and the last is improving performance through SISDM, or Human Resource Information System, which is computerized tests, online tests, and data analysis. Unique forms of job tests. There are situational assessment tests, management assessment center, situational tests and video-based simulation, approach to training and evaluation of miniature work, realistic job review, and choose the selection method. Job interview. Interview definition. Interview is a type of stage in job selections that involves a conversation between the applicant or job seeker and the representative of the employing organization to see whether the prospective employee is the right candidate or not.
Types of interviews. There are several types of interviews conducted by two people, namely structured interview, unstructured interview, situational interview, behavioral interview, job-related interviews, stress interview, unstructured sequential interview, structured sequential interview. Then, there were also interviews conducted by more than two people, namely panel interview, mass interview. And there are also types of interviews conducted through today's technology, namely telephone interview, site-based interview, and computerized interview. Interview methods. The first is take notes, and the last is recording.
Interview process. Begin the interview process by introducing your identity. Position the interviewer equal to the interviewer's target or equality report types. Write the identity of interviewees must be careful. Exploring questions broader. The last is, not all interviewees are comfortable with record tools. Potential problems in the interview. First impression or instant assessment. Not clarifying what jobs need, incorrect candidate order or contrast and pressure to recruit, non-verbal behavior and impression management, influence of personal characteristic, attractiveness, gender and race, and interviewers' behavior. Design effective interviews. Use structured situational interviews. Know what will be asked. Be careful not to make interview mistakes. Talent management, profile and employee interviews. Develop and provide job offers.
Orientation and placement. What is an orientation? Orientation is the means of training and development for new employees, which informs them about the company, the department, and their work partner. Why does the orientation is important? It gives them a head start on knowing everything they need to know about their job and work environment. This will lead to more efficient and fast socialization. Information thus speeds up their productivity. Orientation topics include company's history, structure and organization type, explaining each department, office tour, and the organization rules. Placement means sending the newly employed person to some department for work based on their skill specialization. There are two ways of placement. The first one is internal, which means rearranging existing employees to other department or placing the employee in the same department by demoting or promoting the employee. Why placement of the employee is important? Just like building a house, we need brick, cement, nails, woods, glass, and more to build a solid house. Surely, we need to place the right person on the right job to ensure the business runs smoothly. If the placement of the employee are incorrect, it will cause confusion, miscommunication, lack of productivity, and etc. This will lead to company's loss.
Training and development, that is our main topic for today. But before we give our employee any training, we need to give our new employee. To understand training and development better, we can move to the acronym which we call with ADDIE.
We can use ADDIE acronym for the training process, which we can describe as analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. Analyzing the training needs. Before training the employees, we need to analyze their training needs and design training programs. For the new employees, employers use task analysis, which is a detailed study of the job to determine the specific skills needed for the job. For the existing employees, performance analysis is needed, especially to verify whether there is performance efficiency and to determine whether training is the solution or not. After that, differentiating between unworkable and unwilling problems is the main problem here. After we understand the problem, then we can finally develop a training program, including identifying specific training objectives, clarifying the training budget, and designing the actual programs. Designing the training programs. By doing those things, we can move on to designing the training programs. Designing means planning the entire training program, including training objectives, delivery methods, and program evaluation. The methods can be done by on-the-job training, apprenticeship training, informal learning, job instruction training, lecture and program learning, and many other ways depending on the company that designing the training programs.
Implementing the Management Development Program. Management development is any effort to improve managerial performance by providing knowledge, changing attitudes, or improving skills. The process are: first, assess the company's strategic needs. Second, assess the performance and skills of the existing managers. And finally, third, develop the manager. The methods that can be used are managerial on-the-job training, is including job rotation, a coaching or substitute approach, and action learning. Coaching or substitute approach, which is the trainee works directly with the senior manager or with the person he is going to replace. Management training and development techniques of the job. It can be reached by case study methods, management games, outside seminars, programs involving universities, corporate universities, and executive coaches. Evaluating the training efforts. The training effect can be measured by: first, reaction. The training reaction to the program. Did they like the program or not? Useful or not? Second, learning. Test whether they learned the principles, skills, and facts they should have learned. Third, behavior. Whether the on-the-job behavior of the trainees changed because of the programs or not. And the last one, result. Ask, what are the results we have achieved in terms of predetermined training objective? The ideal measurement is to use a control group that does not receive training in parallel with the group given the training.
Definition of career training and development. Career training programs, also called career certificate programs, are a great post-secondary education option for many people, especially those who don't feel typical 4 years college are right for them for whatever reason. Career development is the process of learning and improving your skills so that you can do your job better and progress to better jobs. Many universities have a career development department that offers informational and placement assistance to graduates who are looking to start their careers in the business sector. So, why is this career training and development become important? Basically, there are benefits of career training and development. There are numerous sources of online information about training and development. So, the reasons include increased job satisfaction and morale among employees, increased employee motivation, increased efficiencies in process resulting in financial gain, increased capacity to adopt new technologies and methods, increased innovation in strategies and products, reduce employee turnover, enhance company image, and risk management. Planning individual and organizational career. Basically, there are two types of career planning. The first is individual career planning. There are several steps in developing individual career planning that include assess yourself, identify career choices, make career priorities, make a comparison, set career goals, prepare plan. The second is organizational career planning. Current career planning challenges include operating in a hyper-competitive business, attracting and retaining highly skilled, factoring in a greater proportion of contract, engaging the talents, managing employee expectations, supporting marginal performers, and encouraging pure performers to move on in a respectful way. Types of career paths. Broadly speaking, there are types of career paths: job, business, knowledge-oriented jobs, and skill-oriented jobs. Career paths can basically be categorized in two broad types. One is a job, joining other business, and the other is doing your own business, or as I call it, DOB or DOB. Further, a job can be classified in two broad categories. One is a knowledge-oriented job, and the other is a skill-oriented jobs. There are the main types of career paths. Knowledge professionals. A knowledge-oriented job is where you have acquired some kind of knowledge, such as medicine, law, engineering, account, finance, and management. These are all are types of knowledge-oriented career paths. Skilled professionals. Next on our list of the types of career paths are skill-oriented professions. These are more physical skills such as labor, welding, plumbing, mechanic, etc. Some other examples include chefs, sportsmen, gardeners, artists, and performers. These jobs are very hands-on and are paid by the hour. They involve some skill and can also be paid on a freelance basis or a job-per-job basis for odd jobs. Business or entrepreneurship. The next types of careers involve being your own boss or a business in which you can set up your own venture and or enterprise. The business is something that adds value to the customer in the form of trading, selling a new product or service. Entrepreneurship can be of many types, such as opening a small shop and buying goods and selling them with an added value. Methods of career planning and development. You can build skills using a variety of techniques and methods. Some of the activities that can be helpful include on-the-job mentoring, guide experience, understudy training, job rotation, project, committee or task force assignment, individual assignments, management development programs, technical education programs, jobs expansion, attendance in staff meetings, serving as an instructor, help from specialists in the organizations, studying materials, books and other documents, and formal education.
What is performance appraisal? Performance appraisal is a regular review of an employee's job performance and overall contribution to a company. Performance appraisal types. Self-assessment. Individuals rate their job performance and behavior. Peer assessment. An individual's work group rates his performance. 360-degree feedback assessment. Includes input from an individual, her supervisor, and her peers. Negotiated appraisal. A newer trend utilizes a mediator and attempts to moderate the adversarial nature of performance evaluations by allowing the subject to present first. Benefit of performance appraisal. Every employee's individual performance influences how all the team or even the firm is doing. It clarifies the employee's role and status in the organization. Performance appraisal allows you to provide positive feedback as well as identifying areas for improvement. It motivates employees if supported by a good merit-based compensation system. It provides a structured process for an employee to approach the management for discussion, identify problems. The statistics can be used to monitor the success of the organization's recruitment and induction practice. Performance appraisal system also helps the management in deciding about the promotions, transfers, and rewards of the employee. It is easy to identify the underperformance and decide whether you want to keep them hoping for improvement or sometimes have to let them go. Both manager and employee keep performance appraisal records and can be retrospectively review the change in the performance in the future. Process of performance appraisal. Listed below are 9 steps on an effective performance management process. As per the predefined performance cycle, monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, and annual, reviews are launched for eligible employees. Employees and managers need to select and set SMART goals from the goal library. During the performance review period, employees and managers often meet to discuss progress and take accurate notes. Once the performance cycle ends, employees receive a task to complete their self-evaluation. After employee self-evaluation, the review task is forwarded to managers where they are prompted to submit their evaluation. At this point, both the manager and employee meet to discuss and approve or send back to employee requesting change. If the review is approved, The manager awards an overall rating to the employee. The rating awarded by the manager is forwarded to employee for acknowledgement. Once the rating is accepted by the employee, it is submitted to the HR team and finance team for position and benefits update. HR's responsibilities: design a best practice performance management process. Set reasonable deadlines for completing each step in the process. Provide training to all executives, managers, and the employees on the process, the steps involved, their responsibilities, and the benefits to be gained by all. Clearly explain your performance rating scale, the difference between the different levels of performance, and how you expect ratings to be used. Provide managers with the regular training on how to give feedback as well as on how to coach and develop their employees. Launch and manage your performance management process. Analyze and review the results of your process.
Compensation. What is compensation? According William B. Werder and Kate Davis suggested that compensation is what a worker receives in return for the work he provides. Either hourly wages or periodic salaries are designed and managed by the personnel department. The purpose of giving compensation. The purpose of giving compensation is as a bond of cooperation, job satisfaction, effective procurement, motivation, employee stability, discipline, and the influence of trade unions and the government. Randall and Susan state that the purpose of compensation is attract potential job applicants, retain good employees, achieve competitive advantage, increase productivity, makes payment according to legal regulation, facilitate strategic goals. Factors that affect the compensation. Sondang P. Siagian state that the factors that influence the reward system is applicable salary and salary levels, union demands, productivity, and legislation. Factors that influence the amount of compensation are supply and demand of labor, ability and availability of the company, labor union or employee organization, employee work productivity, government by law and decree, cost of living, employee position, employee education and experience, national economic conditions, type and nature of work. Form of compensation. Hourly. Hourly is the most often used direct form of compensation. It is designed for employees with unskilled and semi-skilled backgrounds. Salary. Salary are customarily paid to more educated employees. In addition, it is a tool used to retain employees by providing a consistent periodic payment without interruption to an employee. Commission. Commission-based compensation is utilized by companies to incentivize employees to produce at higher than normal level than hourly or salaried employees. Bonuses. Bonuses are designed to incentivize employees to work additional hours to achieve certain milestones in production. However, this is not always the case. The most common bonus given by companies is the annual Christmas bonuses.
Termination of employment. Definition. Termination of employment is the termination of employment due to a certain thing that results in the termination of rights and obligation between workers and companies. This can occur because of resignation, dismissal by the company, or expired contract. Function. The function of termination of employment are reducing labor costs, replace poor performance, increase innovation to gain profits, opportunities for a greater difference, increase opportunities to hire employees from different backgrounds, and redistribute the cultural composition and sex of the workforce. Purpose. The purpose of termination of employment is closely related to the reasons for the termination of employment.
but the purpose is more focused on the curse of the company. Then the purpose of layoff include to manage the company well and effectively, reducing of labor, which is caused by external factors such as difficulties in selling and obtaining credit, lack of order, lack of productive raw materials, declining demand, lack of fuel or electricity, government policy and increasing competition. Another purpose is to achieve the target as expected and not cause new problems by paying attention to three important factors, namely contradictory factors, need factors, and social factors. Principle in termination of employment. The principle in termination of employment are regarding the reasons and mechanisms for termination of employment. Then the reasons for termination of employment include the following. Law. The law can cause a person to have to quit, like a foreign national employee whose license has expired. The wishes of the company. The company can dismiss employees respectfully or not if employees make a big mistake. Desires of employees. Workers can terminate employment at any time due to urgent reasons in by statutory regulations. Retire. When someone has reached a certain age limit by agreed company regulations. The employment contract is over. Employee health. Employee health can be used as a reason for the dismissal of employees. This can be based on company desires or employee desires. Died. The company is liquidated. Employees are released if the company is liquidated or closed due to bankruptcy. Types of termination of employment. Types of termination of employment are temporary termination of employment. Temporary termination of employment can be caused by their own desires or because of the company with a clear purpose. Permanent termination of employment. Permanent termination of employment can be caused by four things, namely, own desire, contract out, pension, and the will of the company. The process and procedure of termination of employment. Termination of employment by companies must be done properly and by government regulations that are still in force. However, because sometimes dismissal occurs due to unresolved conflict, according to Umar 2004, the forced dismissal must be by the following procedure. Employees' deliberation with company leaders. Deliberation between union leaders and company leaders. Meeting of trade union leaders, company leaders, and representative of P4D. Deliberation by the union leaders, company leaders, and representative of P4P. And the last is termination of relationship based on district court decree.